Hey, how's it going, everybody? Manifold here. Actually making another kind of reaction video. I haven't actually done one in a while since Firebase Z for Cold War, but with the reveal of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies yesterday and kind of the gameplay reveal of it, I've got the gameplay trailer going in the background here. I wanted to put in my 2 cents. I adore zombies. I've been playing zombies for a very long time. I mean, 10 plus years at this point, and just seeing the gameplay yesterday, as well as kind of the different YouTubers exclusive gameplay. Check out like Noah J, Mr. Raffle Waffles, and Codename Pizza. I know they had some exclusive kind of quote unquote gameplay. Just seeing all that, I just wanted to make a quick video on like what I think about it. I mean, 3 easy pros, 3 easy cons. I think we can be a little optimistic this year after watching the gameplay, but of course, skepticism is always important when it comes to Call of Duty, obviously, since Modern Warfare 2 last year was very hyped, and then we saw how that turned out. But yeah, let's just get into it. So, obviously the first pro I see is just a difference in gameplay. I think the 3-zone gameplay actually sounds very cool. I think it's very unique, and just the ramping difficulty as you move through zones, I think sounds really cool. I think it's really cool just being able to start off in that initial zone, you know, kind of be weaker, and as you move on through zones, it gets more difficult. It's very Outbreak and DMZ-esque, especially DMZ-esque. But I don't know. I think it's a cool gameplay element. We'll have to see how it plays out. We'll have to see how the time limit that we'll be talking about, of course, scales up with it, and you know, like even like weapon rarity and whatnot. But yeah, I think it looks cool. Speaking of weapon rarity, I was told, or not told, but a lot of the YouTubers in the video said that weapon rarity is returning, and I think that's great. I think the weapon rarity system was a fantastic aspect of Cold War. Can't really say much about Vanguard because I didn't play Vanguard Zombies, but it was a great element in Cold War. I think being able to upgrade your weapons as the game progresses, even after the super Easter egg was completed, you start with that purple rarity weapon. I think that that's great. I love the return of weapon rarities, and I really hope that they continue to move forward with weapon rarities in zombies. Last pro, just keeping the 3 and 3 mind, squads of 6. Now, I did see that you can roll in initially with squads of 3, which is very interesting. I wonder why they didn't do squads of 4, but, you know, whatever. But being able to have a squad of 6, you know, like DMZ, you can have your own initial squad of 3 and then run into another squad of 3, or like a squad of 2, or like 3 solos. You can recruit them on your team, which I think is pretty cool. I have always wondered what it would be like to roll around with more than 4 people in a game of zombies, and I think this is a fantastic opportunity to see how it is. I'm really excited to see how the squads are able to interact, you know, like with the wands. I see we do have wands that have come back. We'll have to see if they are any different. Like, I know Ring of Fire was extremely good, you know, back in Cold War, and just the damage multiplier for 6 players would be pretty interesting. So yeah, we'll have to see how that is. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty, the cons. I have seen a lot of people tearing this gameplay apart and not very excited about it, and I get it. I get it. You know, Call of Duty's kind of been missing a lot over the last few years, especially with zombies, you know, with Vanguard and whatnot, but the biggest con, in my opinion, that I see is the 1-hour cap. I don't know why it's capped at 1 hour. It's very weird to me that they would cap the gameplay initially at 1 hour. It seems very restrictive in that you're not going to let players explore this free roam game mode for as long as they want. I don't know if it has to do with point building and whatnot. I know in Outbreak, you know, you could go around and kill zombies infinitely, get infinite points or whatever. And of course, that's way easier said than done because you get, what, 15 points per zombie kill? I feel like that's not really a good reason, but I would love to hear their thoughts on why the 1 hour gameplay was implemented, but it's very weird. The second thing that is a problem, in my opinion, I would use the word problem for this, is that it is too much like DMZ. Too much. Now, DMZ was fun, don't get me wrong. I loved playing DMZ the first couple months the game mode came out. Now, as the game mode progressed and started to add more things to it, I kind of fell away from it, not because I didn't like playing it, but just because I started playing other things. But, of course, being too much like DMZ, it really takes that zombies kind of feeling out. You know, I know there's no round-based, which I'm fine with. I'm fine with no round-based initially. I loved Outbreak. I loved playing Outbreak. So, we'll see how that goes. But, apparently, with the gameplay that we were given by the other YouTubers, they said that there are going to be different kind of like packages you can roll into initially, like DMZ, you know, like I know Noah used the example of a ray gun that you could spawn into the map with, and you could use it, but you never lose it, but it goes on like a 48-second cooldown. I think this is going to be a major problem because, as we saw, you know, Activision loving to do their microtransactions, they microtransactioned something like that similarly in DMZ. You know, the initial UAV off rip that you had on DMZ if you bought a weapon bundle, like a skin bundle or something. They are 100% going to do that here. And I am very... I am not looking forward to that at all. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to be a massive problem as much as it is with DMZ, because of course DMZ was PvP as well, like PvPvE, whereas this is PvE, but I don't like that, in my opinion, at all. I don't think it's going to be a good idea. Now, they, of course, are going to think it's a phenomenal idea. You know, you get to pay $15 extra to start with a ray gun, or you get to pay $15 to start with, like, a pack-a-punch gun. They're 100% going to do that. I already know they're going to do that, and I am not looking forward to it. The last con that I can see with this game mode, you know, just initially, is replayability. I was watching Mr. Waffle's video as well, and I'll link these videos in the description as well. Great videos, check them out if you guys want to. But yeah, very great detailed explanations from Noah and Milo, so I would say definitely go check those out. But the replayability factor is going to be extremely lacking, in my opinion, especially with all the things we've talked about. With the being able to roll in, you know, with all of these amazing starting weapons, the 1 hour time gap, the different zones. I feel like if we're gonna be limited to an hour gameplay with 3 zones, that's gonna get old very quickly. Now, maybe they're planning on releasing some kind of, you know, expansion, maybe some extra map or something to this, but I don't think it's going to be good for, like, replaying it multiple times. Now, I remember when Cold War came out, and we just had D Machina. I played the heck out of D Machina. I loved it. There were different weapon stuff to do. There was a lot of, like, you could grind for high rounds. I mean, I'm not saying that we can't do the same in this, but obviously we can't do it exactly the same, because not only do you have a 1 hour time limit on how long your game is going to last, but also your weapons are just going to suck if you start moving on to different tiers. Apparently, so I watched J-God's video too, I'll link that as well, but you can only single tier Pack-a-Punch in Zone 1, you could double pack in Zone 2, and then you can triple pack in Zone 3. That is going to be very interesting, because not only is the location of the Pack-a-Punch going to matter, but getting all of these things initially, I don't know. I think replaying this is going to be extremely interesting. I don't know how long it's going to last. I don't see a lot of people replaying this, you know, even like a week in. But of course, you know, I could very well be wrong. Maybe there'll be a lot of cool stuff to do. You know, maybe we'll be able to run around and loot a ton of things, do a ton of contracts, get a ton of weapon upgrades. We'll see. I mean, it could be extremely replayable. I just think the 1 hour cap is going to be such a problem, and maybe they can remove it. I guess I don't know how that is. There also is the other debate on whether paying $70 for zombies is worth it, especially this zombies, which I don't think it is. If it was free, maybe a lot more people will jump on, but $70, I don't think this is worth it. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I would love to hear your feedback. I am very curious to see where this year of zombies is going to go and what they're going to expand upon from Cold War. I'm really hoping we have a good year of zombies. I've been without zombies for so long, and so many of you have, and I just want it to be good. I just want to be able to play it and have a good time and not regret paying money for it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all of your time. Stay hydrated. Have a phenomenal day. Take care.